ठीक है, अब आप लोग ना म्यूट कर लें और जूम पे रहें बस चैट के ऊपर। मैं लिंक भी जूम पे दे रहा हूँ, ठीक है शाजिब?
ठीक है, अब स्टार्ट करता हूँ मैं बस फौरन है लिंक।
We are now live.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. This is Syed Mohammad Shazib, Assistant Manager Marketing at HSCQ Professional. HSCQ Professional is a US based firm having head office in Texas, USA, and the regional offices in Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. We are a well-known company in the field of in the field of training, consultancy, and other technical services throughout the globe. A very warm welcome to all of you in this webinar, which is Every Day with a Purpose. You can write your question on YouTube chat column or on webinar WhatsApp group during the webinar, and we will note down and ask the trainer at the end of the webinar. Let's formally start the webinar, and I would request to our trainer, Mr. Muhammad Hussain, to please start the webinar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shahzeb. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, depending upon from wherever you are in the globe. My name is Muhammad Hussain. I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, trainer, and speaker. Before we get started, I would like to thank you everybody for taking up this time to be with us online today. And special thanks to Mr. Anas and Mr. Shazeh for coordinating for this wonderful evening together. So as you guys knows that today's webinar is about Every Day with Purpose based on the teachings by Dr. John Maxwell himself. Um, Every Day with Purpose is before we get into the details, this is a brief introduction about myself. I'm a Gallup certified strengths coach. I'm a Marshall Goldsmith certified executive and team coach, apart from being a John Maxwell certified. So the agenda for today's session is to have a deep dive into purpose. What we will learn today is something that we call as 3Ps. What is purpose? What is passion? And what is potential? A very beautiful word which Dr. John Maxwell used is he asked everybody, are you an everyday purpose person? So what is purpose? What is passion? And what is potential? Purpose is knowing what is the main vision, mission, and the core values that we have everyone in our lifetime. Passion is something that we love to do, and potential is basically our natural gifts where we have our strengths there. So success has a very broad definition. How Dr. John has defined success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. So today's webinar is basically focused on the first part or the first step to be successful, which is knowing your purpose. How you will know your purpose, how you will discover it, how you will live your purpose, and how you will practice your purpose. So the best way to learn is to watch Dr. John Maxwell himself. I had a privilege to invite you to look one of his video lessons, which he has recently delivered for the 2020 graduates. So because we have a limitation in time, I will just give you a small clip from that video lesson, and then we will get back to our discussion followed by the Q&A. So just give me a few seconds and I will take you to the video lesson, please.
Now in my little talk about how to be in the game. You're a success every day, all 3-4 years, however you count your high school years, you were a success. So I want you to know that you are already a success, and at that graduation ceremony, the only difference would be not that you would become a success that moment. You were already a success. It would just be you would be recognized at that moment for being successful. So I congratulate you right now for your successful journey through school. So I want to prepare you now in my little talk about how to be a real success in your future. If I stopped for a moment, and this is not possible, but if I could literally come to where you are now in your home or wherever you might be, and you and I could have a conversation, and if I ask you, do you want to be successful in your life? I think most of you'd say, yeah, John, yeah, I want to be successful. But then if I ask you to define success, I promise you, if I ask 1,000 of you that question, what is success, I'd get 100 different answers. Because success is quite subjective, and success for one person may not be success for another. So when I talk to you about how to be a real success, I'm going to share with you what I think is going to serve you for the rest of your life as a very solid definition of what success is. Because I think success is 3 things. That's what I want to talk to you about now. Number 1, I think success is when I know, or when you know, your purpose in life. Success is knowing my purpose in life. You see, there are 2 great days in a person's life. One is the day that we were born, that gave us life itself. And the second day, though, that's very important to us, is the day that we discovered why we were born. And that's all about our purpose. Why am I here? That's the great question for students your age. As you begin to look out at life, you're asking yourself, okay, why am I here? What is my purpose? What should I be doing in the future? Will I ever realize my purpose? Will I ever realize my dream? These are questions that you're going through right at this moment. And I want to share with you 2 ways to find your purpose. The first way that I give you is not 100% accurate, but about 70% of the time it will get you to what your purpose in life is going to be. The second one, it's 100% accurate. So let me give you the first one first. If you really, really want to know what your purpose is, ask yourself this question: what am I passionate about? Because usually, not always, usually passion takes you to your purpose. And so when I have the privilege of talking to people like you, I'm always very interested in asking you, what are you passionate about? And now you're going to talk to me about the thing that you really love. And the advice to graduates, I think, is always find out what you love and go do it. And I think that's very good, because you see, passion is what gives us energy. In fact, I'm 73 and I still love what I do, and I still work full time, and I don't want to retire. Why? Because I still am passionate about what I'm doing, because it's making a difference for everybody else's life. When you find your passion, you find your energy. Passion is where the energy zone is. And that's why there are some people, they just love their work, and it's not even work to them because they're passionate about what they're doing. That's where the energy is. That energy, it will serve you well throughout life. Nothing is more disappointing than to watch a person have to every day go to work and not like their work, not have energy, and consider it just a real drag on their life. You don't want that. So what am I passionate about? That's the first question. But it's not 100% accurate. It's maybe, 70% accurate. Because I've known people that are very passionate about something that they weren't good at. In other words, they didn't have a skill set in that area. And I tell people, if you're passionate about something that you're not really good at, don't make it a career, make it a hobby. So you can still go and enjoy it, but it's not going to give you the living that you really want. The second question you ask about your purpose, this will give you the bullseye, I guarantee it. You not only ask yourself, what am I passionate about, which gives you energy, but you ask yourself, what are my natural strengths? What are my natural giftings in my life? What am I naturally good at? For whatever that is, trust me, that will take you right to your purpose. We were created and gifted to fulfill a divine purpose in our life. You weren't created by accident. You're very unique and you're very special. And you are gifted in the area of what your purpose is going to be. For example, one of my natural gifts is speaking. So my entire life, I've done an incredible amount of communicating. In fact, I've spoken over 12,000 times in over half the countries of the world. But it's in my gift mix. It's what I do well. And I would encourage you to find out what your strengths are. If you're not sure, maybe ask your family members, ask your friends, what do I do really well? Because here's what I want you to catch. You've just finished school. In school, they kind of tell you to work on your weaknesses. So if you got an A in math and a C in English, they'd say, well, work more on English. You got to up that grade a little bit more. I'm just going to tell you the opposite. Now, just between us, now that you've graduated, don't work on your weaknesses. Work on your strengths. Because when I work on my weaknesses, even if I improve them, I may just be average. But when I work on my strengths, I'm already above average in this area. I'm going to even get better and even more above average. So what you want to do is just very carefully ask yourself, what do I really do well? And whatever that is, let that kind of become the direction that you head in discovering what your purpose in life is. Here's what I do know. You'll discover your purpose. And when you do, you will love what you do because it not only makes a difference for others, it makes a difference in you. So I think real success, first of all, is knowing your purpose in life. Number two, real success is growing in your personal life. Real success is the ability to not only know my purpose, but to grow in the area of my strengths and purpose. Once you discover what you do well, that's when you want to every day grow to reach your maximum potential. I still remember a conversation I had in my early 20s with a mentor of mine, and he asked me, John, what is your plan for personal growth? Didn't have any. Never dawned on me that I should have a plan for personal growth. But then he said words that just really changed my life. He said, John, growth is not automatic. You're not going to automatically get better. If you're going to grow and get better, you've got to do it on purpose. You've got to have a plan. You've got to be intentional in your personal growth. What I'm saying to you now is life-changing. If you will become intentional in your personal growth, if you'll find your strengths, okay, get your purpose, get your strengths, and then you'll become intentional in developing those strengths, I promise you great success. Because you see, the secret of your success, the secret of my success, it's always determined by our daily agenda. What do you and I do daily that strengthens us and makes us better? That's the key. In my 20s, I heard Earl Nightingale say this, that if you'd spend 1 hour a day every day on one subject, every day, 1 hour on the same subject for 5 years, you could become an expert on that subject. And I was so in love with leadership. I believed that everything would rise and fall on leadership. And so I said, I want to become a, quote, expert on leadership. And so I spent an hour every day for the next 5 years talking to people that were leaders, asking questions, having leadership experience and practicing leadership, reading leadership books, just Leadership every day. And Earl Nightingale said in 5 years I'd be an expert. And so I started this growth journey, which helped me maximize my potential. I started this growth journey by saying, okay, now how long will this take? Well, he said 5 years. So at the end of year one, okay, 4 years, 3 years. I was kind of like Cape Canaveral. I got about halfway into this 5-year period, and something beautiful happened. It happened to me, and it will happen to you too. Trust me. The growth that I was experiencing in my life on leadership, the times I was practicing leadership and asking questions, all of a sudden I could tell I was growing on the inside. I was becoming a better leader. I could see my growth. And the moment I could see me growing in this area, I stopped asking how long will it take, and I started asking, how far can I go? Wow. How far can I go? I am so excited about sharing this teaching with you, because as I look at you right now, I'm asking myself the question, how far will you go? I don't know. You don't know. But here's what I know. If you want to be a real success, you'll not only discover and know your purpose in life, but you'll grow to your maximum potential. And you'll grow to your maximum potential by working hard on developing your strengths and making them even stronger, which will lead you right into that purpose lane, which will allow you to truly be that person that you wanted to become. I'm so excited because what I'm teaching you today is very simple. You can apply it to your life. You can ask yourself, what do I do well? What am I passionate about? You can discover that purpose. You can then say, okay, this is the area that I'm going to develop. This is the area that I'm going to grow in. And one of the ways that you know that you're growing is that when you look back at your life, you won't be overly thrilled about your past. You'll be appreciative of it, but you'll be learning so much that you'll be more excited about where you are and where you're going than even where you've been. I write books. In fact, I've written over 83 books. Now, that's no big deal. You just have to be old to write that many books, okay? But one of the books that I wrote was a book called Developing the Leader Within You. In fact, before you were ever born, that book came out back in 1992, and it's a very popular leadership book. And after 25 years, my publisher said, would you revise the book? And I said, I'll be glad to. And I started reading the book, and I thought, oh, this isn't very good. Wow, I'm going to have to change a lot in this book. And I did. And in fact, I revised 87% of the book. Now, let me tell you what happened. It's very simple. I'm a product of my principle of continual growth. When I wrote the book 25 years ago, literally the book and I were on the same page, but I kept growing over those 25 years, but those words on that book, they just stayed the same. 25 years later, I'm here. The book's down here. I had to go back and change the book because I had changed. Someone asked me, they said, John, did it bother you that you could go back there and see that your book wasn't as good as you thought it was? I said, no, it didn't bother me at all. It was proof. It was proof that I was learning, that I was growing, that I was developing, that I was becoming better. I want that for you. I want you to do good things today, but I want you to grow in such a way that you'll look back and say, wow, look how much I have learned in this time. And by the way, learning is a wonderful thing, but the value of learning is improvement. So as you have graduated, you understand you've got a diploma, you've paid your dues, you're being recognized now as a graduate. Please understand, it's not the learning that changes your life. It's the improving. It's the application of taking what you have learned and applying it to your life. In fact, whenever I'm in a learning mode, when I'm ever having somebody mentor me or teach me, as I take notes, I've used this principle for many years and it works for me. I think it'll work for you. Just think of ACT, A-C-T. If you're teaching me, and all of a sudden you say, okay, I need to apply this to my life. that, what you just taught me, I need to apply to my life. So right beside that note, I'll put a letter A, which means apply. Maybe a little later, you're teaching me something. I think, oh, I'm not doing it that way. I think that's a better way than what I'm doing. I think I need to make a change. I put a letter C. If there's something you share with me that is just so good, I say, I've got to pass it on to the people that I teach and mentor and my team. I put the letter T. And so by the time I'm done listening to you, I have, with my notes, I have them kind of organized, and I have some things where I put an A where I need to apply, a C where I need to change, or a T that I need to teach someone else. And then here's what I encourage you to do. You take those notes and you just categorize them. Put all the A's, the things you need to apply together, all the C's, the things that you need to change, put them all together. Put the things that you need to teach others, put them all together. Put them in 3 different groups, categorize your group, and then prioritize those things. Look at those A's, the things you need to apply. What's the most important thing out of that group of maybe, 3 or 4 A's that you need to apply? Put that first. The second thing, prioritize the A's, the C's, the T's. And now here's what you do. You take the top A, the top C, the top T. The most important thing that you can apply, change, or teach. And for the next month, every day, you practice the A, C, T. What that will do is take your knowledge, what you already know that you put on paper or on your iPad, what you already know, and it'll put you into action to what you now begin to apply. When I was growing up, my father would teach me what I called the 5-frog parable. He'd just say to me, John, 5 frogs are on a log, 4 decide to jump off. How many are left? 1. He said, no, 5 are still on the log. Just because you decide to jump doesn't mean that you actually did. What I'm encouraging you to do on this important time in your life as a graduate is to take everything that you're learning and maximize your potential by personal growth in the area of your strengths and by applying them, changing, and passing that on to others. I promise you, it's the greatest growth tool, the greatest growth lane that you can ever travel. So let's give just a moment to the third thing that you and I need to do to be a real success in life. Let's review. If you and I want to be a real success in life, we have to know our purpose in life. We find that by asking ourselves, what am I passionate about? What are my strengths? The second thing we want to do is we want to maximize our personal potential, our growth. We want to maximize it, and we do that by being intentional in our growth, by working on the things that we're already good at so that we can excel and be better at. And every time we're growing, we're asking ourselves, what do I need to apply to my life? What do I need to change about my life? And what do I need to teach others about what I'm learning? Doing those 2 things sets us up for number 3. You see, real success, knowing my purpose in life, growing to my maximum potential, and here we go, sowing seeds that benefit others. Trust me on this. If you will determine to add value to people, if you will make it a high priority within your life, I promise you, great success will come your way. You see, most people, they're more into what am I going to receive or the reaping side of life than they are on what am I going to give or the sowing side. And this principle I'm teaching you now is that you want to become a sower. Robert Louis Stevenson said, I consider the success of my day based on the seeds I sow, not the harvest I reap. Now, why would Robert Louis Stevenson say that? Because he understood a principle that I want you to understand. If you are constantly adding value, giving, sowing seeds into the ground of life, the harvest, it's automatic. You don't need to worry about the harvest. You've already done the work, you've sown the seeds. You see, right now we're talking about success, but there's a step above success that I want you also to know about, and it's significance. Success is all about how well you've done, how well I've done, the career path that we've taken, and what we've provided for ourselves and for people that we love, our families. But significance is all about others. Success is a little bit about me and a little bit about my personal, and we all have some selfishness in it. It's okay. It's okay. If you don't think you're selfish, just stop for a moment and think the last time you were in a group picture, when you saw that picture, who was the first person you looked for in that picture? It was you. Of course it was. Just like the first person I look for is me. So we all got a little bit of me in us. It's okay. It's okay. But a significant life is saying, what I'm really going to concentrate my time on is adding value to people. Again, when I was in my 20s, I heard my good friend at that time, not my friend, I didn't even know him, but he was a great speaker, Zig Ziglar, say that if you'll help other people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. And that day I learned the order of things, and the order of things is add value to people first, with no strings attached. Just give, share, help. Life will bring all those things back to you. And so if you want to be successful, you not only know your purpose in life and grow to your maximum potential, but you sow seeds that truly benefit others. In closing, I want to share with you how to do that. Every day I do these 5 things. Every day I value people. Every day I think of ways to add value to people. Every day I look for ways to add value to people. Every day I do things that add value to people. And 5, every day I encourage others to add value to people. That's why I did this lesson for 2020 graduates. I just, through the John Maxwell Enterprise, wanted to add value to you. I hope it's helped you. I hope it's given you kind of a lane now to travel on as you go your way to becoming a real success. And just remember this, I believe in you. I think your path is possible, and I think your dreams are reachable. Remember this, the dream is free, the journey isn't. It's uphill all the way, kind of like having your graduation messed up for you this year. It's okay. As you go through life, just remember this also. My name is John, and I'm your friend.
So folks, I hope you enjoyed the video lesson by Dr. John Maxwell. So we are going to start the Q&A session in a few minutes, and I appreciate to write all of your questions in the chat box, and we will try to answer each of them as we go in the flow. All right, so as Dr. John said, success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. So I would just like to focus more on purpose today, which is clarity. Being clear on who you are, why you are here, and the direction you want to go. These 3 things help you to achieve the clarity of your purpose. And it's the thing that gives you energy, self-confidence, and self-assurance. So, as Dr. John said, nobody finishes well by accident. So with this, I would be very glad to share an opportunity with you people and introduce the John Maxwell's Everyday with Purpose online video course, which is a 45 minutes video lesson by Dr. John Maxwell, which is on discovering your purpose, living your purpose, sharing your purpose. So there are 5 video lessons in total, and with each video lesson, you will have downloadable guides, slides, and notes. And the best thing about is you will have the lifetime access to all of these notes and lessons. If you are interested to know how you can get enrolled in this program, please get in touch with Mr. Anas and his team. And all those people who get subscribed to this course will also get an additional bonus, which is a one-to-one coaching session with myself once you enroll in this particular program. So as John rightly said, doing the right thing daily compounds over time. All right. Shazib, can we just get into the Q&A session? So we will answer the questions and answers as questions as they come over.
Yeah, sure.
All right. The first question that we got from our audience today, it says, if I want to be successful in my life, but I have zero money to achieve my goals, then what will I do? Wow. Very, very, very good question. Okay. The first thing to understand about is how do we define success itself? Success is a journey rather than a destination. Majority of the people, when they talk about success, they think of reaching to a destination, achieving a particular goal. Whereas the right definition of being successful is to take success as a journey, as a process in itself. And the real success will come once we know what is our ultimate purpose in life. This is the first step that we need to get clarity upon to achieve the real success in life. The second thing is keep growing to reach your maximum potential so you can sow seeds that will benefit, that will help others. So money is not a parameter to achieve success. Success is something that once you see success as a journey, you are successful today itself. So you can find a lot of open resources on YouTube and a lot of other websites where you can go on and you can start to learn. So learning always come before earning. In the next slide, I will share my customized link to the Johnmaxwell website. You can log into it and you can learn a few complimentary resources there. There is an audio lesson by Johnmaxwell about 15 invaluable laws of growth. So one of the complimentary resource for everybody who can just go in and watch his audio lesson. And there are other few complimentary resources as well. So I will jump to the question number 2. Best technique of doing SWAT analysis of his herself. I believe the person want to do the SWOT the analysis, which is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So it is SWOT. Okay. Although it is just a bit out of whatever the topic we have today, but I just would like to share a few points about SWOT analysis is how we define these strengths. Strength is something that is based on our natural talent, and we practice upon our natural talent to develop it into strength. So the talent is an innate ability to perform, and strength is when we have our talent in a mature state, it is being practiced, and we are able to provide an optimal level of performance every day, that then our talent become our strengths. Then our weaknesses are As John mentioned in the program itself, that to achieve the purpose in life, to reach your significance, you need to know what are your weaknesses, but you need to focus on what your strengths are. Similarly, our opportunities and threats are what are the positive risk in life is your opportunities, and what is the negative risk is this basically your threats. Okay, so the next question in the session is, um, my age is or supposed to be 70 plus and I'm a poor man. So what are the key factors that will help me to success in my life what I want to? Okay. Again, as I mentioned earlier, success is a journey. It's no matter what the person is just finishing his high school, or he or she is a mid career graduate, or someone who is 70 plus. Where you start, this is the right time for you to be in the journey. Success is a process. Success is a journey. It is not a destination. As Dr. John has said in his video lesson, that focus on how far you can go, not on when you will be going to reach your destination. So no matter at what stage of your life, you can still get into the journey of success, and to that, to know your purpose, to gain clarity over your life, that is the first thing you do. Dr. John said that uh, there are two major days in everybody's life: the first day when we were born, and the second day when we know why we were born. I hope it helps. Okay, I will take to the next question in the Q&A poll. How do I know that on which skills I am good at? Okay, I'm not sure exactly, and how can we adopt new skills in a short time? Okay, I'm not sure exactly what skill are you referring to, but the most important skill is to be successful is to have a capacity to be an effective communicator. Uh, as John said, connecting increases your influence in every situation. We as human beings have a natural tendency to communicate with others. But once the communication is effective, we start to connect with people. So connecting is the next level of communication. So the answer to your question is, if you would like to develop one skill in a short period of time that will eventually help all of other uh, scenarios of your life, that is your communication. Enhance your communication so you can start to connect with people. With people. Uh, Money is important for success or happiness? I think money is important for me. So, but here the focus is uh, money is the byproduct of the process. If you are on your journey of your success, you are on a success journey, you're going through the process, money is the byproduct of, of it, and it will come to you for sure at when you have followed the step-by-step procedures that need to be done. Um, so just to introduce one more lesson that we have in John Maxwell's curriculum is we we help people with the DISC matter personality assessment. And this is a very important tool, very interesting tool for anybody who is interested to know and develop their effective communication skills, which is very briefly, we divide human beings into dominant, influencing, steady, and compliant. Each of the communication style has its own benefits and the way it can be help people to communicate with others. So folks, these are my contact details on the screen. You can take a note of it, and you are always welcome to get back in touch. And as I mentioned you can see my uh, link to my customized profile at the John Maxwell's website, which is um, johnmaxwellgroup.com/Muhammad Hussain. So you can log into it, and you can have an access to the complimentary audio lesson by John Maxwell about 15 invaluable laws of growth. And there's also a video lesson, Tender with Care. So you can always uh, uh, watch all these resources complimentary. And if you would like to get enrolled in our video online course, Everyday with Purpose, please get in touch with us. You can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with the HSEQ professional team. And with this, I would love to thank you again to each of those who has attended today's webinar, and special thanks to Mr. Anas and his team. And with this, Mr. Shahzeb, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mohammed Hussain, to take this the wonderful webinar. Thank you so much for attending this webinar and taking the interest, guys. Thank you so much. Good luck. Please, your feedback on your Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel for more information resource. Thank you so much. Good night.
Uh, Thank you, Brother Shazib. Good luck, and see you next time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hussain.